G'day and welcome back for more Survival Impossible. Last time I managed to get this thing built pretty much to completion, except you guys pointed out that I did miss a few important things, such as gyroscopes, an ore detector. A fair few people suggested that I should try and build a remote control and an antenna on it. Not sure I agree with that, largely because Reavers, and if I can't control this thing by getting into the cockpit, then I'm not really going to be able to control it by remote. So I'm not planning on adding either of those just yet. I definitely want to add the reverse camera that people suggested, and I will be adding some emergency supplies to this as well. So let's get started on that. At the back here, I should have, if I move forward. Oh yeah, and I also did this last time. I have added some scripts to this. I have updated the LCDs so they kind of fit in with the style. I'm running automatic LCDs 2 by M-Master for the cargo utilization aspect of things, which is also running on the LCD on the programmable block, which is stuck at the back here. I have enough room at the back here that I should be able to just grind into this programmable block since it's not active at the moment. Get rid of this light on block and the one above and below it as well, because that'll give me 3 blocks, which on this side will allow an ore detector and a gyroscope to fit there. And on the other side, I can get rid of this beam block and this block, and that can be the second gyroscope. I don't want to get rid of the programmable block because I've already got it set up and I don't want to mess it up. So, gyro and ore detector. And speaking of ore detectors, something else I need to do, which again, recommended by you guys, and I thought was a sensible move, is to go and actually confirm that I am heading towards magnesium before I start putting in all the effort to build this road up there. It would be painful if we got there and found that there was none. Don't know what that Reaver Berserker is, but I feel like it was something that I knew about when I was last here. Maybe? It's not moving though, so I'm not going to worry about it, but it's there. And it's probably going to make me do something silly like not pay attention. Oh, you guys might also notice that there are some warning stripes on my floor of my garage now. Uh-oh. That is because when I was trying to cut this clear, I ended up stuck. Like, I got proper stuck underneath this. So I had to grind out the floor in order to get out. And now it's slightly jiggled itself sideways, and I am struggling to get it. Have I fixed the wheels? Oh, rotten thing. That's going to be annoying. Look at those rear wheels. With the weight distribution at the moment... Actually... Oh, hang on. With the weight distribution at the moment, the center of mass is back here, if those wheels are turning the wrong way. I need to move more mass forward, because I could just invert these wheels, but it's showing me a sign of a bigger issue. One option I've got is to add an extra row of wheels at the back here, which may be the right choice. I kind of wish all of the construct was like 1 block forward, then it would have been perfect. Just going to invert the steering for now. I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking at how far there's some heavy stuff behind this rear set of wheels and how far these drills are in front of this set of wheels, plus the piston extension. And maybe that's going to be enough for this to be balanced. Oh, that was steering. I just turned off. I didn't want to turn steering off. I wanted to invert steering. There we go. Ore detector. Pair of gyroscopes. I'll fix up the missing piece. Then I'm going to add some emergency supplies in. So I was thinking a pair of small containers on each side that aren't piped up should be pretty much plenty of stuff to put some safety equipment in, like a couple of O2 tanks, that sort of thing. And I got the little LCDs on them so that I've got labels of what's in what. I think that'll look interesting. Now, at the end of last episode, I asked you guys to give me some suggestions on names, and geez, did I get a lot of suggestions. We've got Mole rat, please not again. Rock lobster, the ogre, drill bill, nacho digger, drillsy digsy. This one was a bit of a reference back to survival, maybe, of Igor, as in my ugly welding vehicle that I built, Igor. The crab, groundhog, golden frog, Clifford, Bam Bam, Bumblebee, Grazer, the Unflippable 2, kind of like calling this the Titanic 2, Roxy, Muddy Bumble, Dung Beetle, the Quaid, Chinchilla, the Toadster, the Beaver, Roadrunner, the Rust Bucket. This kind of brings me back to my childhood, but Tonka, Jotun, and then something a bit very different. Tickle Fingers. Because, of course. I'm trying to make this LCD yellowish, but not bright. What's that look at a distance? Yeah, that might work. So with all those names, I'm struggling to choose which one. So I'll try and make a decision, or at least cull it down to just a few of my favorites, and then get you guys to vote on them for next week, maybe. We'll see how we go. Now, annoyingly, small cargo containers cannot hold many oxygen bottles. They can hold an entire one. So I'll put one on each side. Again, these are very much emergency backups. Now let's go grab some food and water from the living quarters. Hopefully we've got enough down there. That would be a resounding no. I am very, very low on the old water. Right. Have I got enough recyclable water up here? I can bring some down there and turn that into it, or am I going to have to go and mine some ice? I've got a bit of grey water. A few bits of food scattered around the place. But not a lot, and not a lot of water either. I might need to put some effort into making some additional food and supplies. Because I'm probably going to be gone for quite some time mining out this road and getting everything worked out. What can I make? Algae soy product, gravel, and drinking water packets. And some organics. I should have enough to be able to make some stuff. Oh, that's a pity. I should have grabbed some of the organics from the mining over at... Oh, speaking of names, someone suggested that I call the hydrogen mining base Tramelot, as in like Camelot, which I kind of like. Just hoping I've got enough water for both drinking supplies and food supplies to put into this little miner. Oh, only 12.5 water. Alright, I'm going to have to get some ice. Where have I left the Goofy? Oh, hold up, no. No. Let's not use the Goofy. Let's use my new miner and see how it goes at just doing a little bit of surface scraping. Should be able to do that in reverse. So let's get this thing ready to go, and then I'll head out and I'll mine some ice with it. It's not a bad little dry run. Is there anything in the little food truck anymore? I can't remember if I got rid of it all. I've got some water and algae soy product. Okay. Trial run. Here we go. This thing drives like a dream. This is what I was expecting to have happen with this thing when I drove it in Escape from Purgatory. That the wheels would work, because on a locally hosted game you can have the wheels this close to each other and they don't clip into things. Be interesting coming back up here with this miner compared to the Goofy, because the Goofy really struggles with this hill, so once this is full, whether I'm also going to struggle here. Goofy does carry a bit more, but thanks to the 10 3x3 wheels on this, hopefully this will be able to match in terms of pace that I can get stuff. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I got to do something really important. I need to figure out what angle is safe for these hinges. Because if I push these down too far, I'm going to get phantom forces and flip this thing right over. Alright, hinge. Left drill hinges. Let's turn you off. Let's put a velocity of 1. Let's see which way this goes. Left hinges go down with 1. Okay. So let's put these to a max angle of 15 degrees to start off with. See how far that gets me. Is that touching on stuff? Because If that's touching on stuff, I need to reverse it. Seems safe though. It's not flipping at the moment. It is trying to flip though. Let's change that angle a little bit less. To, let's say, 12 degrees. Oh yeah, that seemed a bit better. So that's as low as that can go, which means if I need to get lower, closer to the ground, all I need to do is extend the piston. Because then obviously the drill head is much closer to the ground. So let's change the same with the right side. There we go. This looks kind of neat. Unlock. Turn the drills on. Oh. And turn the engine off. Maybe I'll let it fill actually. Let's get it full of hydrogen before I turn it off. So obviously this isn't how I'm going to drill a road. For drilling a road, I'm going to lift the drills up and I'm going to right click mine with them instead. Because trying to drill a road with left click drill with just these 4 drills would be all kinds of painful. Oh, I haven't set up my sorters either. Yeah, I have to do that too. Alright, engine is full, let's turn it off. Then the tanks can get full and then the O2H2 gens can turn off. In fact, I need to add the O2H2 gens to the hotbar to turn them off. And sorters. We only have one. Set to white list and stone. Alright, and then we have our ejectors, which also need a group. And we'll set it to throw out and collect all. Okay, and when my tanks are full, I'll turn off my O2H2 gens. Then all this ice can be used for water. Turns out, I should probably try in the future to bring some ice back from Tramelot, which might well be my new name for that base. I kind of like it. Slowly. I'm really not filling the cargo because I'm not collecting much more ice than the O2H2 gens can handle. Potential hostiles. Please do not send a drone after me, Panini, because I do not have any ammo in this turret yet. So I don't have much ammo at all. It is a bit of a pity I can't drop those drills much further, but it would be so bad if I pushed them into the actual space of the rest of the miner because it would cause me to flip. 23% full on the cargo. I really do like having that on my HUD there. It's kind of cool. I mean, on my LCD there. Oh yeah, these will be able to get some of that ice that the Goofy couldn't reach. Now I start ejecting the pebbles. I'm liking drilling with this down here. It certainly works in this setting. I'm on a very flat level surface though, so it's obviously in its optimal environment. I like watching that happen though. It's kind of cool. I reckon if I fill this up with ice, there's little chance that I will need much more ice for food production in the future. Or at least in the near future. Distant future it could happen, but you don't tend to go through all that much. I don't know why they're still having the showing this drilling effect when there's very much nothing around here. 87, 88% full. I'm going to stop there. May have to do something about this weight distribution or adding some extra wheels to the rear. This does look like it could be a problem. Now that I'm quite full. Come on, little vehicle, you can get up the hill. No, you can't. Okay. Might need a run up. I want to take a slightly less aggressive angle. Looks like I've got the same problems that I have with the Goofy, where I have to try and take a more sensible approach. As long as I don't have to reverse part way up, it'll be better than the Goofy. Okay, yep, there we go. That's looking good. It's a bit easier than the Goofy. Not a lot, but a bit. We went up a pretty steep hill there and I didn't roll backwards, so I think as long as I don't completely 100% fill this with something heavy, the weight distribution should be manageable. Especially with the 2 gyroscopes. I've got my top speed deliberately set quite low though. I'm not sure I like this much smoke coming out of those exhausts. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. That's a bit too much smoke. Let's park this way. I don't want to drive down that really steep hill just now. Park here instead. That was actually pretty good timing, because now the sun's going down, I can bring this back inside the garage and start working on the trailer for it. All the ice emptied out. Have I got enough food made to put into the storage of it? Yes. I might leave those behind. I'm going to put 10 food in each side. I'm hoping this will be the start of a good habit for the future, in that I'll put these sorts of things on all of my vehicles. Although it may not be always the difference between survival and death, it should help me survive more often than not. And those are definitely going to be backup food and water. So in addition to those, I'm going to put a little bit of food in the cockpit as well. The idea being that those are a just in case, not a use them and refill them all the time sort of thing. The more little bits of food and water I have stashed around the place, I think, the better. Oh, I already did have some in the cockpit. When did I do that? Huh. Fine. The food I'm carrying can go in the base then. Whatever. I'd like to get all of the batteries recharged before I take this out on its proper first maiden voyage. On its first proper voyage. Oh. After all that, I don't even have my... I don't even have my connector on the hotbar. Oh, man. Switch lock. See through my own head. Recharge. What I'm going to do... And hitch setup, what I'm going to do is... I got the T-junction, yeah. Place that there. And then we'll have a hinge this way. Tossing up whether to put both pieces onto the main truck. Probably. Yeah, it probably makes sense too. So that would be the hitch. I've got... No, it won't. Ah! That's what I say. Stop placing things the wrong way round. So the hitch would be one horizontal, one vertical, and then one rotor. And this will give me all of the degrees of freedom that I need for the trailer. And for cargo transfer, I'll have the connector. But the connector will mostly be unlocked during driving. Okay, so if I make it with 3x3 wheels and the rotor part is one block above them, we should be all good. So I can now go inside and start working on this trailer design, which shouldn't be much longer than this mining vehicle, really. I'm thinking I should mostly follow a similar design to what the front half has. But instead of sloping down with each of these toward the wheels, I'm just going to build a full block. Actually, instead of having that many wheels, I should probably just stick with half as many. Because these will really scrape and it'll make it very difficult to tow if I don't have active steering on the wheels. That's what I probably want. Oh no, because I could just lift those wheels when it... Yeah. So what I was just thinking about was, when you've got lots of wheels on a trailer, if you've got wheels at the front of the trailer and at the rear of the trailer, it can be really quite awkward to drive. What instead I want to have is a bunch of wheels right in the middle and not much front and back, but then when I park it, I do want those wheels. So what I think I'll do is I'll have a system set up where I can raise the front and back wheels out of the way when I'm driving, so I've just got the middle ones taking the center of mass. And then when I want to park it, I'll just drop those back down and park it again. So I'll make this thing just 4 wheels long with the same separation on the wheels as the front half, because it makes them look nice as a little pair. Well, the other nice thing about this having this many wheels and rather than using, say, pistons as chocks to lift it up, is this would be a pilotable vehicle. So maybe this is the thing that I put the remote control and antenna on, because then if I need to drive this separately, perhaps the parking situation I'm in is just a bit too difficult, I can move this as well as moving the main vehicle. So that could be quite handy. I can probably get away without having much cargo capacity on this thing, since it's... I've been thinking about this all wrong. I was thinking about this as being the thing that's going to carry all my cargo for being able to build outposts along the way and build the bridges and stuff. The mining truck has a massive amount of storage. I'm not sure I even need to put a connector on this thing. I could just use this as a nice big flat bed to put a whole bunch of batteries down and put the flyer on top of it. Because once I put cargo on this, putting anything else further higher up is going to make it really, really top heavy. Yeah. This isn't going to get cargo. It does need batteries, and I need to figure out a way to put these batteries on here so that I can not lift the whole thing up too high. Maybe I should have spread the wheels out a bit more. So I could have snuck a battery in between each section. Maybe if we do this. Is that there, that there. Don't need all of those blocks, but I like to make these things safe. So then get rid of this block. And now, could have a battery there. And do the same on the other side. Then at the rear, put another 2 in the same spots. And that's going to be 4 big batteries on this trailer, which will hopefully be enough power to keep both the miner going and my little Splat-from flying when I need it to be, which will likely be a fair bit, so it potentially won't last all that long, but I could, while mining further ahead with the rover, leave this attached to one of my outposts that I make and charging, so that when I come back to it, it and the Splat-from are both charged. I really want this thing to have a welder and a grinder on it, but I don't know if I can afford to carry something that big. Maybe I don't. Maybe I abandon this connector idea. It's all making it very, very high. That's not going to fit down the tunnel. Alright. Just going to need to make a bigger platform. A bigger Splat-from. So the chances of me falling off it are less. Which means starting instead of a connector with a merge block. Should I go a big merge block for this one rather than the little ones? Entirely for style? Question mark? So go with that, then battery, battery, and battery. Oh, I'm almost thinking of going 9 batteries as my platform, but that's going to be just a bit much, especially since then I have to add thrusters beyond that as well. Like the other Splat-from, this one's going to have a cockpit. In fact, maybe this Splat-from could get an industrial cockpit. Then is there a way for me to hook up a connector and maybe a medium cargo to that? Not sure. Am I better off going with this? No, that one's not going to help me either because I don't want the cargo underneath. And the fighter cockpit I think would be a little bit unusual for this setup. So let's try and go with how to do. This needs to be high enough up that it's not going to connect onto that battery below it. I really prefer that. Nuts. Done this wrong. This needs to go up a block higher, because otherwise I'm going to end up merging something to these batteries and not being able to take off. So what I might do instead of that one big merge block is, let's put one of these on each of the batteries. Because if I'm merging this way, I am definitely not going to accidentally link the two permanently. I say that with such confidence. I am much less likely to do this wrong. I'm going to have to think about ladders and stuff to make sure I can get on and off this trailer from the ground as well. I think instead of what I was about to do, let's put a connector there, maybe, hanging down, or yeah, hanging down. We'll see how I feel about having the cockpit directly on top of that. With the way the door works. Because that won't give me a huge amount of cargo storage, but it will give me some. So the idea being that I can carry some extra bottles, but more importantly some extra plate, so that I can keep placing more stuff down and welding things up, because I'll be able to grab stuff from the cockpit and the connector while I'm standing on the back platform. There may be some efficiency gains in using larger thrusters in some instances once you get up to a certain number, but I'm still going to stick with the small ones here because I prefer the aesthetic. Just think about where it's going to put this down through when I land this thing. So if I go with... Always out of the stuff when I start those sentences. I go with 4 on each side like that. Should be fairly safe with where they're going to land. With where it's going to land onto the truck. Trailer, whatever it is. The thing. I'm also going to put an ore detector on this, at least temporarily. Because with an ore detector on this, I'm going to be able to take this on a test flight to the magnesium deposit, confirm that it's magnesium, and then return. Which will give me plenty of opportunity to make sure that I haven't missed anything crucial in my setup of it. Oh, that cubiculus looks like it's going to get close. Do I have a rifle on the base? Oh, I've got a rapid fire in my hands. Oh yeah, this is totally going to cause something here, isn't it? Maybe not. Maybe not. Might be alright. So the other Splat-from was built to be small, to fit into spaces. This one is built with a little bit more safety in mind. Which is why it's going to be so much bigger. Huh. I wonder, can I get a ladder onto the trailer that's going to be in the right position for me to be able to climb up onto the Splat-from? Or do I... Actually, no. No, this is silly. I shouldn't be climbing up onto the Splat-from. I should be detaching it using a remote control, flying it down to me, and then climbing on board. That's much safer. Even though I am tempted to build a rotating ladder system like I've done before. Another aspect of the test flight for this that's important is to see whether this can in fact fly at the altitudes I'm going to need to up where this road's going to go, because I think it's actually a fair bit above the altitude of the area that I'm in, so it might need to have more lift than it would for just flying around here. I can almost get these things while in this weird position using my jetpack to just kind of rest on top. Oh! But I think I'm going to be in the same position as the other Splat-from, where basically I'll dream of having a welder ship, and when I eventually do have one, I will weld these up, because these barred windows are just like the plate, and I cannot manage to get them welded up. I'm still going to use them. I still maintain some hope that Keen will manage to fix these so that you can weld them from more positions at some point soon. Hopefully? Maybe. Oh, hang on. I might have found an angle that I can weld from. Assuming my jetpack will last long enough. Let's see if this works. So when I was down there... Sometimes I get one. Okay, if I have extreme patience, I can do it this way. So I go jetpack, upside down, wait till my head clips through the block, and then I can weld one of them. Am I going to have that much patience? I don't think so. Come on. Come on. Give me that one. There we go. Yep. That would take a very, very, very long time for this platform. So, nope. Not doing it. What I'm doing, though, is using these as rails. Ooh, these? Or do I want to use... Yeah, I want to use these. I think I want to use those instead of the plate. Where am I going to climb up to this thing when it's on the ground? Am I still going to use the rear bit? I think so. As much as I was thinking of this thing being asymmetrical, I think it's going to be perfectly symmetrical. Oh well. Oh yeah. That'll look okay. Nice thing is I'll be able to see over the cockpit easily, so I can build even over there. I can't walk off the edge, so this is safe. I might put some warning plate in somewhere here. Is that extra kind of mid-rail? Yeah, I could do that there. And I'm aware I can use the warning on other blocks. I'm just not using it on the other blocks much because I like to use it as a little bit of just extra detail, not taking over as it does on some of the larger blocks or something where you've got it visible from even more angles. This may be a larger platform than I need it to be. I think it's going to look pretty cool though. I do like to believe that the increased area around here should increase the chance that if I get out of the cockpit in the wrong spot, I should still end up on the platform. Because if I am going to be using this up so high, I am really worried that that's going to be a problem. There we go. Looks okay. I think it's going to need some tweaking on those corner pieces because they do look a bit flimsy. I kind of wish I could put something else in this corner. It may be that what I'll do instead at some point is bring the rail across and then have a little section that goes in toward the cockpit. But at the moment, because of the fact I can't weld this up, I also can't remove the grated window that's over this thruster, as I'd need to remove that to put the railing in where I want it. So I'll just deal with it for now. I think this is pretty much done. It's going to need a remote control and an antenna. So I'm going to need to find a spot for that. And probably a camera. Front would be nice too. Oh, I don't have any gyros on it. You'd think, after forgetting the gyros last week, I mightn't do that again today. But no, I did. I get through into the middle enough and not get myself stuck to place these in here. So I'm thinking antenna and then remote control just in front of it. Nice and simple. Oh yeah. Now that is Splat-from Mark II. Probably could use some lights. And temporary ore detector. This is absolutely 100% temporary. I just need it there so I can go check out the deposit. Because this thing should be good for me to drive out of here now. Or fly out of here. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to start on the road today. Didn't quite get as much done as I thought I was going to but I still think I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. Okay, that looks as good as I think I'm going to get it for now. I think there's still some more visual finesse that needs to be done on the Splat-from, but I don't want to add too many extra blocks as greebling on it, because if I do that, it's going to get heavier. And I'm not 100% sure it's going to be capable of doing everything I need it to do. Now, I need to quickly name those merge blocks. And once I've named the merge blocks, I'll be able to detach, open up that door, and fly out. Is it getting light out there? Yes, it is. Good. Hop in. Antenna. Splat-from antenna. Radius only 100 meters. Then I need to go to... Oh, actually, I need to turn off the pressurizing vent and open up the south gate. Then hop in. Then we go Splat-from. Turn off these merge blocks. And I'm now disconnected, which means I can now grab the Splat-from's merge blocks and name all of them. So much easier to set up these sorts of things when you're disconnected from the base. Or everything. I almost called this the splattery instead of Splat-from battery. I'm not as good as I should be at naming things and being consistent with it, but I'm getting better. I am getting better. Let's give nice big range to the Splat-from lights. Okay, so we go batteries on auto. Whoa, that got instantly bright. And thrusters on. And we're flying. And away we go. Oh, Splitsy, you idiot. What are you doing? I forgot to put lateral thrusters on it. I bet everyone was... bet you're all screaming at my screen going... at your screens going, Splitsy! Lateral thrust! Sideways thrust! You don't have any sideways thrust! Oh, I'm a dope. Let's lose that there. Oh dear. That was almost disastrous. It's like, why am I drifting sideways? Oh yeah! That critical function that you didn't put onto your ship. That's why. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okie dokie. Now the thrusters are on. And now we should be good. Got an hour of flight, just hovering, that's good. And away we go towards the magnesium. Turn off the reverse thrust. MG2. 6 Ks away. Oh, I hope this is correct. Oh, I don't have a vent! 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 I need a vent, or I leave. Otherwise I was gonna suffocate. Ah! Felt like I did really well last week remembering most things. This time's bad. Stop rushing yourself, Splitsy. Stop rushing yourself. Oh, crunch. Okay, we can fit a vent on the front. Attempt number 3! Hopefully haven't forgotten something this time. This thing looks pretty chunky. I do wish I could have figured out a way to get the industrial cockpit to work with it. Oh well. This should still work. And it's nice and relatively low profile. Oh dear. I'm going close to that ladybug. I should not keep gaining altitude. Wow, this cliff is so steep. I didn't quite appreciate it flying in the Panini, but I did realize it was steep. It's just, it seems even more so now that I've got this platform to kind of compare it against. Something that's so flat. Oh, that's just a big ball of black. Kind of wish I'd stuck some spotlights on this right now. Slowly get closer to the cliff and hope that my lights... Oh, wait. The lights are not set to long range. Oh, no, they're all set to 20 meters. My lights will pick up the surface before I run into it. Aha! We have confirmation of magnesium. This is good. Might even come up with a new marker for it. And slash GPS MG mine. That'll do. Alright, let's head on back home, because that is confirmation. That's all I needed. I had planned on starting the road today, but I think what I'm going to do is begin that next time, because I'm going to need to make some plans around outposts as well, which means loading up the mining vehicle with a whole bunch of resources and potentially going out and mining some magnesium from one of the boulders first so I can get some more ammunition so that I can equip any of the outposts with ammo as well as the mining truck. So that is the plan for next time. This is all that and plenty more to come. And I on my new Splat-from. We'll see you then.